History is filled with tales of kings and conquerors, but the most powerful story ever told began in the dark. It began not with a war, but with a whisper, a conspiracy woven by blood relatives against an innocent boy. Imagine being cast away by your own flesh and blood, left to die in the crushing silence of a well. This is the story of Joseph. Long before the pyramids became his home, Joseph was the favored son of Jacob, living in the harsh beauty of Canaan. He possessed a gift,
Look
a
at the
terrifying
stars,
gift,
Dad. They're
the
so
ability
bright
to see the
tonight.
truth
Yes,
in
they are.
dreams.
Beautiful, isn't
He
it?
saw 11 stars, the sun and the moon bowing to him. But dreams can be dangerous when shared with the envious. His brothers didn't see a prophet, they saw a rival. "Let us take him out to play," they said, a lie wrapped in a smile. They led him far from the safety of his father's tent, into the desolate wilderness. The betrayal was swift. There was no mercy. They stripped him of his coat, the symbol of his father's love, and threw him into the abyss. To cover their crime, they slaughtered a wolf, or perhaps a sheep, and stained his tunic, a fake evidence for a heartbroken father. "The wolf has eaten him," they claimed, but the wolf was innocent. The real predators were standing right there, lying to their father's face. Alone, cold, terrified, but in that darkness, a realization dawned. He was not truly alone. This was not the end. It was the beginning of a master plan. Fate arrived in the form of a passing caravan. Travelers looking for water found a boy instead. They didn't see a human being. They saw merchandise. "Good news," they shouted. "Here is a boy, a prize to be sold in the markets of Egypt." From the quiet desert of Canaan to the bustling golden superpower of the ancient world, Joseph was brought to Egypt, sold for a few silver coins, a cheap price for a future king. He was bought by a powerful man, a high-ranking official of the Pharaoh.
In the darkness of our
Years
confinement,
passed.
true wisdom
The boy in
emerges
the well
from the quiet
grew
strength
into a
within.
man of unmatched beauty and wisdom. He managed the master's household with integrity, but perfection attracts chaos. The lady of the house became obsessed. She desired what she could not have. She cornered him. "Come to me," she demanded. The doors were locked. The trap was set. But Joseph chose honor over pleasure. He ran. She grabbed his shirt, tearing it from the back, a detail that would later prove his innocence, yet lead to another darkness: prison. Once again, Joseph found himself in a hole, punished for his virtue. The well had turned into a dungeon. But even in prison, his light could not be hidden. He interpreted dreams for his cellmates. One would survive, the other would not. Years later, the king of Egypt himself was haunted by a nightmare that no magician could explain. 7 fat cows eaten by 7 lean ones. The most powerful man on earth was terrified by a dream. The kingdom was on the brink of a disaster they couldn't see. "There is a man in the dungeon," the cupbearer finally remembered. Joseph was summoned, not as a prisoner, but as the last hope for Egypt. He stood before the king. He didn't just interpret the dream, he offered a solution. 7 years of harvest, followed by 7 years of devastating famine. The king was stunned. In a single moment, the prisoner became the vizier. The boy from the well was now the ruler of the Nile. Then the famine struck, not just in Egypt, but everywhere, including the land of Canaan, where an old father and treacherous brothers were starving. They came to Egypt begging for grain. They bowed down to the high treasurer. They did not recognize the brother they had sold into slavery. But Joseph knew them. He tested them. He recreated the scene of loss to see if their hearts had changed. He demanded their youngest brother. Finally, the mask fell. "I am Joseph," he declared. The silence in that room was heavier than the pyramids. Terror seized them. The boy they tried to kill now held the power of life and death over them. But the story of Joseph is not one of revenge. It is a story of mercy. "No blame will be on you today," he said. He sent his shirt, a healer this time, not a bearer of false blood, to his father. The family was reunited in Egypt. The dream of the stars, the sun, and the moon had finally come true. The circle was complete. From the bottom of a well to the throne of Egypt, Joseph's life teaches us one thing: what was meant for evil, destiny used for good. The plan was always bigger than the pain.